and welcome back to the Lazy Girl's Kitchen. My name is Maggie, and on today's episode I'm going to share with you how I like to make one of my favorite desserts. I love Twix bars, and for a long time I tried to recreate them, and this isn't exactly like a recreation of a Twix bar, but it's like inspired. It has Nilla cookies, it has marshmallow, it has caramel and chocolate, just so amazing together, you have no idea. And the best part about it is you don't have to use your oven, which is a big bonus for me in the summertime. So without further ado, and without me rambling any longer, let me take you through your list of ingredients. So to make this, what you're going to need is some Nilla cookies. So I just have some Nilla cookies here that I just kind of broke up with my hands. I don't want them super fine, but I do want them a little bit smaller than what they come. I have some mini marshmallows here. I have some milk chocolate morsels, some sweetened condensed milk that I've boiled, and then some butter. So yeah, so the first thing I'm gonna do is the marshmallows, but before I do that, I want to talk to you about the condensed milk. So I use this condensed milk because it forms a caramel. I'm gonna leave the directions of how to make this below on the recipe, but if you want to see like a visual of how I actually make it, I'm gonna link down below my wafer recipe where I use this and I show you how to boil it. So if you're not sure of how to make it this consistency, which all you do is boil it for a couple of hours, watch either the link with the video below or just read the recipe all the way down to the bottom. Alright, now that that is out of the way, we're going to get started with the marshmallows. So what I'm going to do is to my marshmallows, I'm going to add my butter, and now I'm going to stick this into the microwave for a minute and a half and then see how far it melts. If it's not melted all the way, I'm going to stick it in there for 30-second increments while stirring, and then I'll meet you back here so I can show you what to do next. So my marshmallow is nicely melted, so to this I'm going to go ahead and add in my Nilla cookies. I'm just going to mix it up. My bowl is hot, so I have to use a dish towel. I'm sure yours will be too, so be careful. Just going to roughly mix this in, coat the Nillas. Oh, look at this goodness. Alright, so now I'm going to take a little bowl thing, I don't know, casserole dish. I'm going to dump this out. Get all the marshmallow. Ooh. Ooh. Hold on, let me put this over here. And I'm going to smooth this out into a layer. Okay, here's that. So I'm going to try my best to make this as even as possible, but the marshmallow gets hard quite quickly, so I need to work fast. Alright, so this is good for me. It's pretty level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the fridge for about 15 minutes, and then we'll get started with the second layer. So our first layer is nice and hard, as you could see, or you can't, but it is. It's not going anywhere. It's stiff. Now you can do a thicker layer. I don't like to, because if you think about it, this is a lot of sweetness. You have this plus the caramel plus the chocolate. So I do like to keep it pretty thin. You don't have to. You can double the recipe for the bottom and make it a little bit thicker. But for me, I don't want to lose all my teeth, so I'm going to stick to this. For the second layer, we're going to do the caramel. Now, I don't know if I'm going to use the whole thing, because like I said, I don't want this overly sweet. I just want it to be enough. And I'm just going to work this in on top of my marshmallow. I am obsessed with this caramel. Oh my gosh. And the good thing is I don't add any sugar to this. So if you were to boil it without, because I've done this before differently, where I made the caramel and I've boiled it with some brown sugar, but then I was adding all this additional brown sugar that I didn't want. Those were just extra calories. And then I read up that you can do it like this. Like you can boil the sugar and it comes, the milk, and it comes out the same way. And let me tell you, it was like the angel of food had spoken to me and I was changed forever. All right, so maybe a little bit more, right? Just a little. So I didn't use the whole can. I maybe have like a quarter of the can left. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover it and keep it in the fridge. And then I can use it as topping for my ice cream, whatnot. Because you know I do not throw food away. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this in the fridge for about 20 to 30 minutes for it to get nice and hard. And then we are gonna continue with our last layer. So while my caramel is getting nice and firm, I'm gonna start with my chocolate mixture. So I'm gonna take my milk chocolate chips and along with my butter, I'm gonna put this in the microwave for about 90 seconds and then see how it is, give it a stir. If it needs a little bit more time, I'm gonna put it in for 30-second increments until it's nicely melted, and then we're gonna pour it over our mixture. So my chocolate melted, but I let it sit for a little bit too long before I took this out of the fridge. So it hardened quite a bit. So I'm going to try my best to spread it on there. All right, so let me see. Let's hope this works. Don't make the same mistake and just spread it on right away. All right, so I'm just going to work it in. Not too bad, I guess. Look how lovely. I did my best to kind of spread it. I should have just did it right away. I don't know why I didn't, but that's okay. That's in the past. It still looks really beautiful. I'm gonna put this back in the fridge for about 30 to 45 minutes, and then we can try this together. And don't forget to lick your spatula. Okay, so I took my mixture out of the fridge. It's been in there actually for a couple of hours. So I took it out, cut it up, and I just want to show you, see all the layers in there. So you have the Nilla with the marshmallow, and then the good thing about the caramel when you use condensed milk is that it doesn't get hard. So if you were to make caramel and you put it in the fridge, when you would take it out, it would harden and it would be just this hard piece, whereas the sweetened condensed milk, after we boiled it and put it on, it's gonna stay soft. So that's like a huge bonus for me. I don't want to bite into a hard caramel piece. So I'm gonna give these a try. So good. Not overly sweet at all. Very decadent though, so it's not something I would eat on a daily basis, but as a treat, so good, especially with little ones. They're gonna eat this right up. It's almost like a really like souped up version of like a Rice Krispie treat, but better. So you have to make this weekend. You have to. They're just that good. Kids are going back to school. You need snacks. This is it. This is going to be so much better than buying something in the store. I promise you. At least you know what goes into this. So that for me is a huge bonus. So make sure you head over to www.thelazygirlskitchen.com to get this wonderful recipe and so many others. Make sure you subscribe and give me a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.